The danger is not that we ask too much of the web, but that we ask too little of it, that we turn it into just another tool. And if we were to turn this into just, another television or another radio or something that we sit and watch and are done to by, rather than something that we can do something with together, well, that would be a crime, really, to miss that opportunity. But it's not just, it's in our hands, that's the point. It's in our hands. Will it make democracy stronger and spread? Will it be good for equality and fairness and more people having an equal chance? And will it be good for freedom? On democracy, I think there are lots of reasons why you think the web might not change very much, but actually the big test is in the developing world and particularly in authoritarian regimes. And if you live under an authoritarian regime anywhere in the world, the web is going to be absolutely vital to your chances of freedom of expression, organisation, debate and all the rest of it. So the web is an absolutely vital kind of grassroots tool for democracy and a space for democracy. And so in the long run, I think the open web is absolutely vital for that. It's difficult for people in power to control, and so it creates a new space. I think it should be good for equality, because even though access to it is unequal at the moment, actually if you can get people sharing ideas and using this collaborative capacity to share ideas and create them, then potentially you can get ideas to people who don't have the money to pay for them. At the moment, in private industry, research, development, innovation follows money. That's why we research drugs for the rich world and not for the poor. But if you create open source and wiki ways of sharing knowledge, that can change dramatically. And so Wikipedia is a free encyclopedia for anyone in the world who's got access to the internet or even just to a computer. And that's a huge change in terms of availability of knowledge. And then in terms of freedom, I think it allows more freedom of expression, more freedom of identity, more freedom of association, and crucially it gives people a sense of creative freedom, because if they can use it as a tool to speak for themselves or to show things for themselves or to make things for themselves, then actually it's giving people a sense that they're not just getting the freedom of the shopping mall, they're not just getting the freedom to consume, they're getting the freedom to make. And the freedom to make and feel that you're a creative person is really, I think, absolutely vital. Giving people computers doesn't mean that they get clean drinking water or food in their belly or things like that. But information and knowledge are so important to so many of the issues of inequality, of knowledge about medicines in health or knowledge about agriculture and seeds or what have you, that knowledge is such an important input into all of that, that if you then make knowledge available broadly, you're changing that dynamic of development potentially. What do you do to do that? Well, I think some of it you have to go with the market, actually, in a way. And going with the market means, I think, probably focusing on mobile and the application of mobile and the speed of application of mobile. So it may not be in the developing world a PC web, but a mobile web, and how people are using that. But also to realise that some of our priorities should be different. So, the spread of broadband and the open web in the Middle East is tiny. If America had spent a tiny fraction of what it spent in Iraq on increasing the uptake of the internet across the Arab world, it would in the long run have had so much bigger impact on the chances of democracy or openness or interconnection or communication than the invasion of Iraq. It's crazy, really. So actually, in the long run, I think it should be a central development goal, access to the ability to communicate.